Welcome to the Principals and Vice Principals Mentorship Program, and thank you for the commitment you've made to your professional growth and to collegial co-learning. My name is Alison Davies, and I'm assisting the BCPVPA with coordination of the program. We began a pilot program last year in 2017 with 32 participants from all regions of British Columbia. And building on that success, we're pleased to offer this program for a second year and welcome back all the continuing partnerships as well as the new participants. Through the provincial outreach of this program, we're pleased to welcome new principal and vice principals from the north in Nechako Lakes, Peace River South, and Coast Mountain, from the BC Interior in Gold Trail, Kootenay, Columbia, and the Okanagan, from Saanich on Vancouver Island, and our new Lower Mainland participants in Richmond and Vancouver. The purpose of this webinar is to provide an introduction to the structure, aims, and principles of the program, and hopefully give you a better understanding of what you might expect as a mentor or a mentee. I'd like to do this by sharing some comments from last year's participants, which I trust can provide insight into the aims, benefits, and power of mentorship. So as we go through, I'll give a few moments to read each quotation on the slide and then make a few comments. One of the guiding aims of this program is to build principals and vice principals' confidence and self-efficacy. It is basically to reciprocally share the wisdom learned from your stories of experience. The focus is to create space and time for honest, open conversation and reflection on practice. A further aim is to maintain and enhance your sense of well-being as you meet the challenges and demands of the new roles you are taking up. There's often a feeling of isolation that comes from taking up a new role, particularly if you have moved into a new school or community in more rural areas of BC. Mentorship can help you to feel more connected and provide the means of seeking out support. Mentors reach out and they're hopefully communicating to you, we care about your well-being, balancing your work and your life. A third guiding aim of the program is to foster and value continuous learning for mentors and mentees by respecting your strengths and skills and identifying areas for continuous growth. The mentor's role is supportive, but is also geared to expanding perspectives and taking effective action. Many mentees in last year's program described specific ways the mentorship developed their instructional leadership capacity related to understanding of Aboriginal worldviews and building more collaborative partnerships with their teachers. For mentors too, mentorship provides opportunity to learn and sharpen professional coaching skills. Many mentors appreciate working with new principals in different areas of the province and found matching across urban and rural locations both informative and insightful. Research tells us that mentoring effectiveness needs to be separated from evaluation. One of the key principles of this BCPVPA initiative is to partner mentees with a mentor from a different district to honor the confidence and confidentiality that develops within the relationship. The agenda for the conversation is brought by the mentee, and the mentor's role is to listen, reflect back, and offer fresh possibilities. Mentors will offer ideas and advice when requested, but their primary stance is to listen to the mentee's issues, whatever it might be, and mobilize your capacity towards the vision you define for your work. So these are the guiding principles underlying this mentorship initiative. We trust that these will ensure a meaningful and effective mentorship experience for you this year. It will be open. It's accessible to all principals and vice principals new to a role or changing a role. It's voluntary, completely non-judgmental. Relational. It respects the importance of a trust-based relationship, recognizing the place for vulnerability and the need for confidentiality. Individualized, it's driven by the needs and the goals of the mentee. Learner-focused and flexible. We want the program to be adaptive to place and how it can work best for you. So I'd like to share a little bit now about how the program is structured and what you can expect as we move forward from this time. So you will receive a letter confirming your partnership for the 2018 to 19 year. This is determined by a subcommittee with respect, giving respect for place, the learning interests, the context of your work, and the community. Once the partnerships are established, then you will connect with one another and you will determine the process, time, and frequency for your mentoring conversations. Some partnerships are distant, so you will need to determine the way to connect using the technologies that work best for you. In this, you can consider talking by phone, Skype, FaceTime, email, message, any combination, as long as it's effective and efficient and fits in with your daily work. Many mentors and mentees expressed last year the value of meeting face-to-face at least once throughout the year, and we hope at some point this might be possible for you. Mentors are provided an honorarium for their commitment, and we've agreed that this can also be used towards travel if desired, if that works out with your schedule. We recommend that you, in your partnership, establish an hour's time once a week for a conversation. It doesn't always need to be a full hour, but if the time is set aside, you're much more likely to connect and make that a meaningful time for your mentoring work. We suggest you choose a regular time that works for you both. Mentors will keep notes and follow up to the conversation through email, messages, etc. Resources are available and provided through the Better Educate site of the BCPVPA. I have set up a group for the mentorship on that site, and through that group mentorship work, I've been posting resources, and I'm able to give you notices about when we'll be having webinars and different kinds of events. Throughout the year, I've organized some webinar support. These will be 45-minute gatherings. They're invitational to everyone, hoping they won't demand too much of your time, but they will allow us to stay connected and respond to some of the questions and some of the issues as they may arise for you throughout the year. So that's the purpose of them, and I will be sending each participant a schedule so that you can see what the topic and theme will be and hopefully participate as you're able to. There will also be a mentor learning session held October 24th and October 25th, and I'll say a little bit more about that in a few moments. And that will be for all the mentors participating in the program this year. And there'll also be a process to provide program feedback. This will go out April, May as a survey, and your feedback will become invaluable in terms of how we continue to develop the program and strengthen the mentorship work. There's a summary created of that feedback, and it goes back to the committee here at the BCPVPA so that we can assess and move forward. So a little bit more about the mentor learning session. Our plans right now that it will be held at the BCPVPA office at West 10th and Cambie, right beside Van City. It's quite close to the Broadway station, so it's just a couple of blocks from there, if that's an easy way to get here. There is parking on the street, although it is metered. Our plan is to meet on the afternoon of October 24th, 1:30 to 5:30, with a dinner to follow, and a full day on the 25th, 9 to 3. This session will give us lots of opportunity to explore and practice mentorship skills using authentic scenarios. We'll also be using a text when mentoring meets coaching. We used this last year and it was quite effective and provides us a really reliable resource that we can use to support the mentorship work particularly around supporting learning-focused conversation together. This will be provided for you at the mentor learning session. As I said, there's a mentorship group on Better Educate, and resources will be posted here for your access. Also, there are some fantastic growth planning tools related to the leadership standards on the Better Educate, and we would encourage you to familiarize yourself with those, as they may be supportive for you during your mentoring work together. So please make sure you've opened your account on Better Educate. Once you have, I'll add you to the mentorship group, and then you'll always be notified through email when resources or notices are posted. So this slide shows the mentoring cycle as we will explore it through the framework of the year. The early time is building that trusting relationship, identifying intentions and learning focus in your partnership, building capacity, enabling growth, and then accessing and celebrating growth as you move through your work together. I will be sending you a guide for initial conversation. This is also posted on Better Educate. And I'd really like you to have a look at this resource and contact each other and just use this resource to have a conversation together over the next 2 weeks. It's really intended as a way for you to look at some conversational themes together, get to know one another, and how you would like to work together, and how your own learning style, so that you can make the most of the connections that you'll build over the year. So to summarize, if you're a mentor, we'd like you to, if you're a retired mentor, retired principal, we'd like you to make sure you've joined the BCPVPA, the Retired Principals and Vice Principals Association. Like you to initiate the conversation with your mentee once your partnership has been established for you, and make your travel plans to join us in Vancouver for the mentor learning session. And both mentors and mentees, just a reminder to please complete your profile on Better Educate. If you have some time, explore the growth planning tools. Inform your supervisor, your colleagues, your spouse that you're going to be involved in a mentorship program, and that you will be committed for at least an hour every week in relation to that. And just to encourage you to connect together before October 24th when we meet with the mentors. So thank you so much for listening to this webinar. Mentor coaching provides a process for harnessing the best in people and inspiring them to live out their full potential. This is our hope for you this year. We're here to support you, to help you, and to ensure that this can be a truly meaningful experience for you as you take on your new roles as principal or vice principal. I welcome any of your questions. My name again is Alison Davies, and my email is right there on this slide, adavies@dccnet.com. Please don't hesitate to email me with any of your questions or concerns, and I look forward to getting to know you, to meeting you, and to supporting you through the rest of this year.